Hey Book Squad, it's Shanka. I am the owner of Mocha Books, as most of you know. I know it's been a while since I've been on here and I've put out content like this and did book reviews and things like that. It's been really challenging trying to balance, going back to work, dealing with all those Zoom calls that you guys are dealing with, and children's schedules, school schedules, recreational schedules, having to deal with an entire bookstore and inventory and payments and billing and all that stuff as a solo business owner. So things have been moving kind of slow, but I am back. I wanted to get back to doing, what I love. When I first started and created Mocha Books and, my LLC and my website, most of you know me by doing book reviews. I did a lot of book reviews for authors and just for pleasure, just for showing parents and educators and everyone certain books that I enjoy, that me and my children were reading for bedtime stories and things like that. So I feel like this will be a good way to just get back to doing what I love and, not just putting out content just to be putting it out. So I have went through my huge box of books that I need to have reviewed, and I decided that I'm just going to put all the children's books out because I figured that would be the easiest way to start, because I really want to get, I don't guarantee book reviews, but when I get them, people take the time to send me those, so I really want to get the reviews out there. So I figured that I should get the children's books out, and then I'd be able to work on doing like chapter books and things like that. I haven't had as much time as you would think. As someone who loves to read, I haven't been able to really read books in a while. So, I'm trying to get back to that and focus. So, last week, I read a little over 20 children's books. So it'll be this stack here. Yeah, it was, I really enjoyed it. The most part, the most challenging thing that I had to do was simply just writing all my notes out. So that's what you'll see me looking at and dealing with here. So that was really the most challenging part. But these books, I would actually recommend all of them, because I feel that everybody is a different reader. Everyone has different needs, and they have, different lives and things like that. So even if I personally would not keep some of these books, who's to say that they wouldn't be for other people? So I'm going to stop blabbing and we're going to get to it. So the first book that I'm going to share is Brilliant Brown Babies. I absolutely adore this book. I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I would recommend this book. I love the cover. And one thing that I noticed that can definitely be a discussion question is that even though the illustrations are simple, where was I going with this? There's power in it. Like, there's power in their hair. And I love that. I'm pretty sure that there's a significant reason for it, or maybe not, but I love that they do not have eyes. The characters do not have eyes. They don't have, they simply have a face, but there's no eyes, there's no nose. And I feel that there's a significant reason for that. And reading books to children like this, that would be a great discussion question to, have them ponder on. Let's see. First, I always have to add bonuses. I look for books, usually they're in the front of the book or they're in the back of the book, but something as simple as this is really important to me. Not only is it affirming a brilliant brown baby, it's personalized. So there's a spot for children to have ownership, and that's really important. I think especially in households, is that children have books for themselves, something that is theirs. and you know, that they don't have to share with anybody, or they don't have to take back to the library or something like that. So I think that's really, really important, and I love that that was in there. So it's just affirming, just simply, you know, care and share, be smart, make art. And like I said, I just love this, that they don't have, you know, certain features. So yeah, I love that. And also Desiree, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that she is. Desiree is an author on our website directory. So that's a plus. It has a rhythmic pattern. It has very simple text, which is easy for children, you know, their attention spans. And it encourages healthy eating practices, body confidence, and Black history. So I love this book. The next book would be The Beauty of Skin. I love that it's compact. So I would definitely recommend this for babies and toddlers. I don't like really putting age limits on books, so anyone could read this and anyone can enjoy it, but I would say that this is ideal for babies and toddlers. And again, the text is simple. It has sort of like a mantra in here that says, there is no one like me anywhere. And this is in this page a few times, so I like that it's repetitive. You know, oh, excuse me, that was a hiccup. It's positive for the child, you know, it instills something positive in them, especially to hear it being repeated. Sorry guys, it's like really, really late and my brain is all over the place. So yes, this, and I love the watercolors, these pictures. I love how I love the illustrations in this book. The next one is a collection of books, actually. There is Daddy's Day at the Park, and there is Daddy and Me. They're both inspired by a real father and daughter relationship, and I love that it focuses on family relationships, especially the relationship, of course, between Amaya and her dad. It just simply talks about, you know, her getting up, her getting ready, going to the park with her dad and things like that. The one thing that I would say that I would add on to this is I can see this more as a chapter book, and just have it be a continuation instead of having them in two separate books. But yeah, this is the collection, and it is, let's see, I Am Me books. There's the collection of books. I Am Me books is a collection of children's books that focuses on relationship building, individuality, and education for the early stages of life. The purpose for I Am Me books is to produce positive, invigorating children's books that would educate, motivate, and inspire. That's that. And here we are, Black Boy, Black Boy. Right off the bat, I'm going to say I love this book simply because it is a hardcover. Not only do I love physical copies, I'm not really an ebook, audiobook kind of reader. I love hard copies. For longevity, I just like the way it feels in my hand. So that is a plus. And let's see, where are we? Okay. It has a very powerful dedication in the front of the book. Oh, and I love the way, oh, I wish you guys could feel this right now, but it's like a glossy type of paper. And that's also, I'm a weirdo. I like things like that. So that's also a bonus. And the dedication, it is for all the Black boys out there dreaming. That is from Crown Shepherd. She's the author. And the illustrator, I believe, Michael Batson. His dedication was be creative, be fearless, and dream big. I absolutely love that. And what I love about this book, so there's a child. Actually, let me say, okay, so this child is the main character on the front of the book. But what I like that's different is in the inside of the book for you know, the child is looking at the mirror and he's looking in his future, it's not the same child. So for every occupation or career that we see, the teacher, the judge, the doctor, the engineer, they're all different children. They're all different characters. So I think I really like that. This, right off the bat, dope. I think this is a very powerful image. And so it's kind of like a rhyming song, kind of lyrical rhythmic pattern. So it's black boy, what do you see? And when he looks in the mirror, whichever character it is, they see that teacher, that doctor, that judge, that engineer, the artist. I love that there's an artist in there, because usually we get a lot of occupations that, you know, like I said, doctor, teacher. I don't really see judge a lot, but usually doctor and teacher mostly. And I like that it was an artist in there. Boys can be artists, boys can be creative. So I love that. And this book is actually available on the website. So that's a bonus. So if you love this, go grab it. And yep, let's see, what else did I have in here as a oh, I had discussion questions. So some discussion questions you could use would be, when you look at the front cover, who do you see? And who do you see when you look in the mirror? So that's a more reflective discussion question. The next book is Not So Different. Look at that, she's so beautiful. I know you guys are gonna hear me say this, but I love this book as well. I really love all of them. They each bring something different. And like I said, there are different homes, there are different children, you know, different backgrounds. So all of these books, I feel that someone can relate to. So, and Not So Different, let's see, it's inspired by the author's children. They are a biracial family, and it encourages the reader to reach out and explore friendships. It's very direct, so it's first person writing. So she is saying, you know, we are all different. There's nothing wrong with being different. I love being different. But then she also points out that even though we are different, you can still be my friend. I can still love you, and, you know, we can still have friendships and relationships. There is a statement in here that I wanted to share. Let's see. Oh, there's beauty. Sorry, not that. Let's shout out loud about it. It's up to you and me. I feel that that's a really important statement, because it tells children that they have a voice too, and they're able to use that voice even though they are young. They don't have to be an adult to make a difference. So here I'll show you a page in the book. And again, I love the feel of this. It's not really a glossy. Actually, it kind of is. I don't know how I would describe this, but I really like it. It's not like normal paper thin. I love the illustrations. So that's awesome. And I like that there are several books and stories that promote self-love, but Not So Different explains that you can love yourself and others. So you can, you know, say, I am beautiful, I'm smart, I am all of these things, but you also see good qualities in other people. I think that's really, really important. The next book is Kiana's Braids. I'm talking so fast, I honestly don't think that I'm saying the author's names. I will have to put them in the description. So I'm moving too fast. Sorry guys, I still have all of these books to share. I'm trying to move fast so I can get to bed and get ready for work tomorrow. So, Kiana's Braids. Shonda Austin is one of the, looks really dark in here. Okay, so Shonda Austin is one of the one of the authors listed on the author directory in the website. And Kiana's Braids is basically about it has a rich, very rich history, Black history in this book. There's also another book that I'm going to share as well that's very rich in history. So Kiana wants braids. Her mom is a hairstylist. I love that it's showing that her mom is an entrepreneur. She owns her own salon. And Kiana wants braids, and she has researched the power that's in our hair and the kind of braids that she would like to wear. And she's just excited to be able to go through the whole process, having her mom wash it and being able to sit in her mom's salon chair. So I think that's very beautiful. It shows, you know, beauty and power and representation, which is what Mocha Books is all about. And oh, it has very descriptive language. I like that as well. Let me see if I can find an example. Let's see. There's a certain page. Oh, okay. So Kiana's mother called her to the shampoo bowl in the back of the salon. She can smell the aroma of fresh mints all around her as her mother poured the thick shampoo on her scalp. As the warm water flowed through her hair, there was a tingling feeling that rushed all over her head. So very descriptive. And this is a really, really good book. Mama Cannot Sleep With You Tonight, Helping Children Cope with the Impact of COVID-19. Obviously, it's really important because obviously our children's feelings and their emotions are very valid. And, you know, there are some adults, even me, we're still not understanding what's going on. Everything moves so fast. Everything got shut down. You know, this new normal that we have going on right now, it's very different. So if we're, you know, having to process our emotions and we're having to understand what's going on, I can only imagine how that is for a child, especially a young child. My children are 11, 14, so it's a little easier than having to talk to someone who's maybe, you know, 6, 7, and 8. But what I love about this book is right off the bat, the mom is giving a listening ear. She is empathizing. So, you know, the child is going in her room and saying, you know, Mom, can I sleep with you tonight? I have so many worries. I don't understand what's going on. Why can't I see my friends? I miss being with Nana. Why can't I hug Nana? You know, I want to go to the ice cream store, one of our favorite ice cream stores. So all of these feelings are valid, and Mom is being attentive, and she's empathizing, and she's saying, you know, yeah, things are different now, but it's kind of like there's a positive, if you can find one, in what is going on. So even though the child can't physically see and hug Nana, I guess he'll talk to her on the phone. Even though we can't go to our favorite ice cream store right now, well, let's talk about, if we could go, what ice cream would you like to have? You know, and how about let's make our own ice cream in the house? So, you know, she points out that things are different and they're going to be different. And, you know, she says she's feeling the same way, things like that. I'll just show you a couple of pages just so you guys can see inside. So yeah, and this is by Jenny Dela Cruz, and she is also, excuse me, that page, she is also an author who is listed on our directory. So after this, after this video, please go and check out our author directory. We have, I think we're getting close to at least 100 authors, which I think is awesome. And yeah, just go show them some love. Go check them out. You have on their profiles, you'll see their picture. You'll see picture of their featured book. This is not the only book that Jenny has written. You'll have their contact information, their social media, where you can purchase their book, their emails, and things like that. So please go and check them out and go show them some love. So I really, really like this book and how it deals with emotions and how to cope and, you know, not dismissing our children's feelings because they are very valid, especially with what's going on right now. What can I be? STEM careers from A to Z. This is pretty much self-explanatory. It's in a book from A to Z, and it talks about STEM careers. So, you know, S is a statistician. And wait, did I say that right? I think so. Collect and analyze data to make decisions. I've never heard of that word actually, and I thought I saw all the words in this book, but I guess I like glanced over that. Sorry guys. So you know, every day is a learning experience. Nurse, orthodontist, jet engineer, forester, civil engineer, doctor, of course. So this is the STEM crew. I hope you guys can see these pictures because I don't think I'm close enough. So that's Tiffany Tichy. She is also an author that's listed on our directory. So like I said, it's very self-explanatory. It's going from A to Z, and it's listing the STEM careers in alphabetical order. So check that one out. Next is I'm Xtra. This is written by an RN. Shout out to our RNs. My godmother's an RN, so I have to show that love. And I'm Xtra. It's all about, so let me put this out there. We all know that there's this stigma and this stereotype against Black women and us being like too extra, you know, head shaking and finger snapping and clapping, and you know, we can do that, and sometimes it's seen as a negative, but this spins it and it puts it on a positive. And it's saying, yeah, I'm extra smart, you know, I'm extra driven, talented. So I love that, of course. And it says, stop calling me names, my beauty is too much. And that's another repetitive, this is a book that has a repetitive sentence in here. So one is guys, I'm over it with this tongue tie. The melanin in my skin, the complexion is a win and can't be touched. Stop calling me names, my beauty is too much. I think it's time for me to go to bed. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, let your children know it is okay to be extra sometimes. It's not always seen as a negative. It's okay for them to be extra, especially when it comes to their dreams and how they view themselves and their confidence. It's okay. And this is also on the website that can be purchased. This, let's see, do I have this on? I do. My name is Kayla. Oh my goodness. I really want to put this in our literacy book club. You know, we have where we give free books to children. I have like a huge stack of them. Shout out to the authors and all the donors who send us books so that we are able to give away books for free. This is something I'll probably keep and put on display. I absolutely adore this. And it's so simple. It has very basic text. I think it's like a word per page, something like that. It's very, very, so it's very, very short. The text is very short, but look at these beautiful, beautiful pictures. Like, look at this cover art. Does this not give you like all the feels? She is so gorgeous. The illustrator, she did her thing. Miss Dorsey. This is beautiful. And I love this story. It's talking about Kayla finding herself. You know, she's being born. She hears her name being called. She recognizes the teeth from her mom because she sees her smiling, you know, she hears her name, things like that. So it's very short, but it's very descriptive. Her, Kayla's focusing on, you know, her hands and her eyes and things like that. So, I mean, there's not really too much to say in terms of the story setup, the summary, the plot. But this is absolutely beautiful. And this is definitely a book that I would recommend for a baby shower or just a newborn gift. Make sure you guys grab this. This is really, really beautiful. This Witty Kids, ooh, I'm starting to get hot. And shout out to Decory Hill. I absolutely love Decory. He is one of the people who gives a great deal of support to Mocha Books, and vice versa. I love his books. I love his work. I love the work that he's doing in the community right now. This is, I've done a read aloud of his book. It's called Ebenezer the Sneezer. So I'm not sure if you can really tell the detail in this, but this is Ebenezer. And I love that book. It's really, really funny. Okay, so back. When Imagination Talks to You, Austin's Reading Adventures. And this is actually this is the second book I've read by Rebecca. And this book and her first book, it's Dreams. It has this character in it. I Dream to Be, that's what it is, sorry. Both of those books are available on the website. So this is, again, this is first person storytelling. It's interactive. It asks the reader, you know, what do you think about such and such? And what is your favorite book to read? So it's actually going on a reading journey, and Austin's going to different places. And every time he goes to a different place, he thinks about something different. This time he's exploring science, and he imagines that he would mix things together to create a mess. So it's all about his reading adventures, going to different places and thinking about different subjects and topics that he would like, that is inspired by the book that he is reading. So I like this. And this is Black Inventors Science Workbook, Energy. I have a different kind of energy going on right now, and it's kind of depleting. So I'm trying to hurry up and get through these books. I hope you guys aren't getting bored. I know I'm like all over the place. I'm doing a lot of and I'm trying to focus, so stay with me. This is a workbook, and it has 4 authors in here. I mean, not authors, oh my goodness. It has 4 inventors in here. So one is Andrew Jackson Beard. One is Super Soaker, Williams. Is that his name? Let's see. Lonnie G. Johnson. How did I get Williams? Lonnie G. Johnson, Dr. Patricia Bath, Andrew Jackson Beard, and there's another person in here. But it has vocab. So it's very interactive, obviously. It's a workbook, so it has vocab, it has objectives, and 4 different inventors to focus on. And this is, let's see, it says contains activities based on NGSS. It's grade level 4. And like I said, I will make sure that I put the title and the author and try to tag them and everything, so you guys can go check all of those out. These are brand new. Shout out to Kelly Starling Lyons. These came out last week, I believe, on the 15th, maybe. What's that? I think, yeah, that was a Tuesday, which is mostly when books, new releases come out. But these are my first reading. They're shared my first reading, so they have very basic text. And so she has 2. Ty Travels Zip Zoom. It's all about him, Ty, learning to ride a scooter, but he's nervous about it. His family is very, very, I love the family dynamic in this book. So it's his mom, his dad, and his older brother, and they are all very supportive, and, you know, go Ty, go, and they're trying to keep his confidence up, and he falls. And right when he falls, he's ready to give up. And she comes along, and she's she's being very helpful. You know, if you want me to help you, you know, I can show you some things on how to ride the scooter. And eventually, Ty learns to travel, and he learns to zip and zoom. And this one, All Aboard, it's about imagination. He's going around to his family, again, his mom, dad, and brother, and he's asking, do they want to play? But everybody's kind of busy right now. And he goes out and finds himself something to do. And in the middle of playing, he finds, you know, the box he plays with, his imagination is sparked, and in the middle of all that, his family comes back together and they all end up playing together. So I really like that. And again, it has very basic language. So short text, small words. So I would recommend this. I just hit my finger, sorry. And like I said, this came out this month. I do believe it came out on the 15th. This is Journey. Again, I love hardcovers. I love the way this feels, and I love the inside of these pages. This is not really a glossy feel. Well, on some pages it is, but I don't know. I can't really describe it. You can hear it. It's not like paper thin, but it has a different kind of texture on it, which I love. So when you look at this is also a good discussion book for children, because when you look at this, at least for me, I see space, you know, stars, constellations, all that. And what the book actually talks about is grief. So Journey's mom has passed away, and now it's just her and her dad. And dad is reminding her, you know, mom will always be around, look up at the stars. And as soon as he says that, she is like completely, that's all she wants to know about, NASA and going to the stars and going into space and things like that, because she wants to be closer to mom. So it talks about the journey of her being able to process and cope, and her dad, with the grief and the loss of her mom. And one thing I like about this book, I also interviewed this author, Nikos, and you can find that on YouTube. It's on our YouTube channel, on our author chat series. There's something very interesting about the name and about how he came to find the character, and wow, she is a young lady. And I don't really want to spoil it, because I want you guys to go watch that video and go show Nico some love. But it's a really good story. So yeah, after we did the author chat, I had to purchase this book. So I purchased this book, and I wanted to share it with you guys, and I absolutely love it. And I really just realized that there are stars in her eyes. I never paid attention to that. I saw the blue glare, but I didn't pay attention to that before. Learn something new every day. Business Dream. I shared this on, also, Nikos is one of the authors listed on our author directory. Let's go check that out. Business Dream. I hope I am saying that right, the name right. I shared this on the Instagram feed before, and self-explanatory is talk about her dreams. So she had an assignment, and her teacher asked them what they would like to be when they grow up. And she talks about certain people that she would like to be like. So a writer, a violinist, cardiologist. So while she's naming things that she wants to do, a ballerina, she's also naming very important people like Misty Copeland and Janet Collins, which I love. I love that it ties into our history, and it's also giving them somebody to research, somebody to, so there's basically like, after reading this story, you can go into research and you can look further into these beings. So I love that. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. And the author donated a few copies to Mocha Books. So we have several copies that we could either possibly give away, or that will definitely be in the free book club. So I'll figure that out. I haven't done a giveaway in a while, I don't think. So I'm going to think about how I'm going to do that. And I'm so behind. I don't even think I'm reading off these anymore. Where am I? Oh, one thing. See, I'm glad I have my notes. One thing I like about this book is that it is character focused. So in all of these pages, you simply see her. There's some stuff going on in the background, but she is the focus of the story. I love that. I am God's affirmations for little boys, and there's also an I am God's affirmations for little girls. This is written by Belinda Mays. She is an author on our author directory on the website. I have also had an author chat with her, so she is also in that series, and it's also on our YouTube. I obviously like that there is a young male protagonist, because we don't really see lots of boy-focused books. We're just gonna put that out there. Usually there is a young female, young lady on the cover of the book. So I like that. And it's affirmations. It's being confident. It's being who God created you to be. I am wise. I am powerful. So I like to show a couple of pages in the book. So this is what it is. It has about, it's pretty, oh, I like that, my bonus, you know, something always in the front of the book or the back of the book. And it says, an affirmation is something that is true. Write your own affirmations on the lines below. So it gives the reader a chance to figure those out for themselves. What are some affirmations that they would like to say for themselves? And I obviously do not, on top of not seeing a lot of male protagonist characters, I don't see a lot of books that are like the one that Belinda has created. A lot of books that are about religion. And so I think that's obviously a bonus as well. And our next book, Jade Braves the Dark. I absolutely love this book. I love this book, guys. I love it because I love everything about it. Jade is obviously scared of the dark. It's dark in her room. And, you know, when things begin to get dark, this can also be symbolic for other things. Not necessarily being scared at bedtime. But, you know, when things go dark, you start to overanalyze. This is for children. This is for adults. So I'm seeing it from an adult perspective. But the story itself, it's dark, and she's overanalyzing. She's thinking about, okay, well, there could be a spider in here, or there could be a bug in here, or what could be under my bed, or what's that sound that I hear? You know, we start to think about stuff that may or may not really be there, but sometimes it's all in our head. So she's trying her best to go to sleep. She's counting sheep. She's doing everything that she could possibly think of to take herself to sleep, to close her eyes and get some rest. And finally, the moon comes in, and it brings light into her room, and she sees the relationship between, you know, the moon and the darkness, and it's really beautiful. And she finally is able to go to sleep. But another thing I love about this book is the color theme. I don't really see too many books that have the color theme, so it's like a dark purple, lavender kind of color theme throughout this book, which is absolutely beautiful. Before I was like all things black. That's my favorite color. Obviously, purple was one of my favorite colors. So I love that. And this, it came out this month too. I want to say that it came out last week, or it's getting ready to come out. But this is a September release also. So shout out to Valdine Mark and Sori Cloud, which is the illustrator. Beautiful illustrations. And these books, I was sent these books by Afrika Turner, and she, Artika. What is going on with me? Okay, Dr. Artika R. Tyner. I hope I'm saying that right. So I was sent these books, and So this is the book that I was talking about that's very rich in history. So this is Ghana, a place I call home, and it's about a relationship between a young boy and his grandfather, and how he asks his grandfather, you know, what a home is like. And the grandfather, you know, becomes very invested in his storytelling, and he talks about his home and the things that he misses. And they go to the museum, and, you know, he's reading books and everything like that, and he's trying to get himself more educated. And I like the way this book is set up. There's also like a map in here, a bonus, map and vocab, glossary, national anthem, all of that. But I like how this book is set up, if I can find a page. Okay. Usually, you know, text is in the middle of the illustrations, or it's on the top or at the bottom. I kind of like how it's a full page spread, but the text, it has its own focus and its own space. So I really like that. And Justice Makes a Difference. This is also about, I just realized that both of these are about grandparents. That's beautiful. I love it. So Justice Makes a Difference is about, she goes and spends some time with her grandmother, and her grandmother asks her a question. You know, what is in your hands? What can you do to make a difference? And again, we are walked through her journey as she is researching and thinking about the things that she can do, and how she has enjoyed reading about the people that she has looked up, like let's see, I know I wrote some down. This is oh my goodness. Okay, so like Shirley Chisholm, Ida B. Wells, Sam Cooke, and so many others. They are all within this book. So that's this is a good story that encourages children to, again, use their voice and make them think about what they can do to make this world a better place, and what they can do in their community as of now. This is Amazing Africa A to Z. Pretty much self-explanatory, like our STEM books A to Z. It's about Africa, and it gives an alphabetical story concept of different words, proverbs, languages, independence, all things Africa. That's what this is about. This is a really good lesson for children. You can be. One thing I want to say right off the bat is I love this illustrator. I can always tell when I see the books that Tyrus has illustrated. I love the illustrations. And this is about You Can Be. Again, this is another one that talks about popular beings. It talks about Selena, it talks about Rihanna. So it's telling, I think this is my favorite page. So it's saying, you know, you can fence your way into a powerful fight. Be like Muhammad and stand up for what's right. So it gives you, let's see, twirl like Misty. Take the runway like Tyra Banks. Just even Adele. That's beautiful. And I like, again, the bonus. There is a page in the back. Here is the author and the illustrator. But there is a page back here that gives you a brief description of all the people that are named. I can't even open this page. Of all the people that are named in this book. So let's get one. And the very last one. Yes, guys, we are at the very last book. Shirley Chisholm is a verb. This is a really dope book because it not only gives a biography and a rundown of Shirley Chisholm and all the wonderful things that she is doing, but it's a lesson in itself. It asks what verb are you? So You know, are you a mover? Are you connected? Do you speak up? She loves, she graduated, organizes, listens, all the wonderful. And I love that it is highlighted. All the verbs are highlighted. So it takes us on a journey of all of, like I said, all the things that Shirley Chisholm has done, all the wonderful things that she has done, all the work that she has done in her life. And, you know, she's a legend, you know. It's a heroic story about all of the wonderful things that she has done and all of the backlash that maybe she has gotten when she was with us. And I think it's only right to show her some love. There are plenty of books on Shirley Chisholm, but I would definitely recommend this one. And it's by Veronica Chambers. Hold on, let me show you the author and the illustrator. So, I mean, I love all of these books. Verbs are about doing. It's about action. So it encourages the reader to think about what they are doing in their lives, what kind of things that you are doing, again, to make the world a better place or even make your own life. What are some things that you are doing to connect in your own life? And let's see. I think there was something else in the back of this book that I wanted to share. There's a personal note from Veronica, who is the author. What else? I could have sworn I saw something else back there. Oh, the interactive piece. So it talks about all the different verbs in the book, and then it says, it's your turn now. What verbs will you choose? It's a very good discussion, even to think about as an adult, even myself. Like, what are some things that I will do, and what are some verbs that I will choose to move forward? Because I can say that, you know, it's a challenge right now, and it's very busy between being a bookstore owner, a solo bookstore owner, and being a mom, and, you know, working as a pre-K teacher's assistant. That's something in itself, especially with us having to be virtual right now. That's a challenge in itself, and learning things together with all the families, and then having to work through my children and their schedule. So it's just a lot of things going on right now. But, you know, what am I going to do after I realize all that? Okay, I've acknowledged that I have a busy schedule. Okay, so what am I going to do next? So this was also very important for me to read. And I think that it was a sign that this was the last book that I read, and it's the last book that I'm sharing. So, like I said, I'm sorry, guys. I know I did a lot of blabbing. I hope you enjoyed some of the books that I talked about. I know they were very quick. There's so much that can be said about a lot of these books, but I didn't want to be on here too long. It's already at 48 minutes. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to think. I think that is all I need to say. I'm going to be working on the website. I'm going to be working on new dates and times for local customers. A lot of more organization going on. You know, I have to do, there's a lot of moving parts now because it's not summer, so I don't have a lot more time than I used to have to focus on the things I would like to focus on. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna move forward, and there are a lot of things that will be coming to the bookstore. I will be adding more books, and I will be having more author chats. Actually, this Saturday, I will be talking with Brian Harris on his new book, I Am History. And so that's going to be exciting. I'll have a post about that. But other than that, I wish you guys well. I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can always email me. It's a little harder when you guys send DMs. There, like, my inbox looks really, really crazy. So please try and email me. You can always text me. Actually, my business phone is you are able to text me. So if you have a really, really quick question, the phone is in my hand most of the time, between at least before 4 p.m. Central Time. The phone is in my hand, and I can't always get to phone calls, and then you know, I check voicemails, and then I try to get back, and then I end up doing something else. And so if you guys have a really quick question, you can email me, you can text me. Obviously, you can send phone, phone. So yeah, just be patient with me, guys. Bear with me. I thank you so much for all the support that you have given me and given Mocha Books, and all of the wonderful people through, you know, all the connections that I've made. Our social media is growing across Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube possibly. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, if you guys have any feedback on the bookstore at all that you would like to share on how we could become better, please let me know, and I'll check in when I check in with you. Bye.